Hello everyone, today we're going to continue with how to create a three-way sanitary valve. This is part of a four-part series. This is going to be part 2, the skin. These are extrusions and solids. So based on the reference planes that we created in part 1, we're going to extrude some solids and we're going to use that to generate our geometry. I remind you that we want to end up with something like that, and that if you want to download the valve, you can simply scan the QR code that you see right there on the screen and it takes you to BIMitUp.com where you can download it. There's a lot to cover, so let's get right to it. And now let's put a little bit of skin in this valve. So let's create our extrusion first. So I'm going to do a rectangle and I'm just going to eyeball it here. You'll see why. And for the height, I think 1 foot is obviously too much. So if we look in here, we can see that parameter B, which was the actual box body, you know, like the cube, was 120.3. So I'm going to give it, for now, I'm just going to give it 100. I'm just going to give it 100, right? But that was 100 millimeters, so let's be mindful of that. And then I'm going to click OK. And now we want this faces to be attached to this plane. So I do align, AL, click on the plane, click on here and lock it, click on the plane, click on here and lock it, click on the plane, click it here, lock it, click on the plane, click here and lock it. Right. Now we can go to our 3D view and see what's going on. Looking pretty decent. Let's set it to wireframe so we can see exactly what's going on. And let's split the screens. Let's do WT. Before we keep going, we want to go to the front view and see what's happening, right? So you can see that this extrusion was created from the center line. Let me change my scale here so you see better, right? So notice that when I click on the extrusion, my reference plane, if I go here to edit work plane, that's based on reference level. So it's starting here at the reference level and it's extruded upwards. What I would really want to happen is for this extrusion to come down half and up half. So for that, we have a couple of options, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do AL and click on this plane and click on this face and then lock it, and then click on this plane and click on this face and lock it. Right, this parameter, valve body. Okay, so now that's looking a little better. So now that we have that cube, let's go ahead and create the caps, those end caps here. Okay, so we have the blue part already created. Let's go with the green one. And for that, we're going to set, let's start with the left, right? So we go to the left plane and we're going to create an extrusion going to the left. So for that, we come here, we create extrusion. We're going to set our plane, and our plane is going to be body left. Actually, let's see if we can pick a plane. Yeah, there you go. Pick a plane, right? And now let's, we want to go to a left view, right? To see things a little better. And we could create, instead of an extrusion, we could create a blend, and that would do something a little bit more conical, but I don't think it's worth it. So let's just keep it simple and let's do extrusion. We want a cylinder. So what we're looking after is this guys here. Okay, so we're going to start our extrusion at this plane and we're going to extrude outwards to get to this face. So let's start with our left plane. And that's why let me start over, right? So we did create extrusion. Where do we want to create it? Well, we're going to set our work plane, and instead of center left right, which is this one, we want to do body left. All right, and now we click OK. For now, I'm just going to draw a rectangle, like eyeball it, like here. And now I'm going to give it a dimension. So I know that from here to here, let me change my scale again. I want this distance to be a 1/4 inch. Okay, so let's give it 0.25 inches. We can actually define a parameter. So let's come to here and then define a new parameter. We can call it cap offset. Click OK. And let's make it 0.25 inches. And then we can associate this dimension to that cap offset. And now we can do the same thing for this one. We associate to cap offset. And then we do the same for this one. I notice that I am always dimensioning from strong to soft. So the strong reference is the body and the weak reference is the cap. So that way, when you change the value, right, to cap offset, you see the one that moves is the weak. And that's what we want. So again, one more time, from strong to weak. And then this is the cap offset. Okay, that's good. And then how much do we want to extrude it? Well, I would say based off of this, it looks like probably 1/2 inch. I don't know. Let's put 1/2 inch in the meantime, and then we'll see what happens. So extrusion end, let's say 0.5 inches. And now we click OK. And you see what happened? The extrusion went to the other side. It's not a big deal. You know, we can edit that extrusion. So we can come here, edit extrusion. And instead of having the extrusion end, we can have it going the other direction. I think so. Let's give it a shot. And OK. Now it's looking a little better, right? Let's make sure this is our reference plane. That's good. Cap left. So let's do the same thing for cap front. So for that, we can now close cap left. And I'm tempted now to just do a copy here, rotating, but I don't want to risk it. I don't know what the behavior is going to be. So I'm just going to do it over. And I'm going to speed up the video a little bit. So for that, we go create, extrusion, we set our plane. In this case, it's body front. Okay. Now I open the front view. I do a rectangle from here to here. Now we dimension from strong to weak. I think we can do all of them at the same time. So from strong to weak, from strong to weak, from strong to weak. And then we select this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. We make them all equal to cap offset. It's looking good. We change again our scale so we can read better. And now we learned from last time that we need to have this. Well, let's keep it positive and see what happens. Notice that here is where our extrusion is starting. So let's see if it goes this way or if it goes that way. And then we change if required. Yep, we have to change it because it went inward. That's not what we want. Actually, one thing that I noticed is that this extrusion here, notice that I can move it and my reference plane stays cap left. We wouldn't want that, right? We want this two to be anchored together. So what we're going to do with this is align to this reference plane, this one, and lock it. And that way, if this plane moves, the extrusion moves as well. So let's do undo. And now we take this, we edit the extrusion. Let's do it from the front. We want to keep it minus 0.5 inches. Let's do OK. And then that can be confusing. That's why I don't like using like perfect numbers, because then what happens is that you don't realize that this is not locked. Anyway, I took it down a little bit and now I'm aligning it and I'm locking it. And now this is looking a lot better. What else do we have? We can close the front view now and we can go to the right. So create, extrusion. Let's set our reference plane to body right. Okay. Now we go to the right view. And we can create our little rectangle. We do the same thing we did before, from strong to weak. Again, let's change our scale. Dimension from strong to weak, from strong to weak, from strong to weak. And now this, and this are the cap offset. Very good. Well, if we learned something from the previous two is that they should be negative, right? So minus 0.5 inches and click OK. Ah, look at that. This one, this one should have been positive. Anyway, no big deal. We can click on it, edit extrusion, and we make it 1/2 inch. Okay, there we go. Anyway, that 1/2 inch, remember, we don't want it to be just a number. We want it to be attached to this. So that 1/2 inch is just a starting point. What we really want is to flex. Okay, very good. I like to keep my dimensions out of the geometry. So, and obviously we don't want those to be crossing. Same thing here. Let's take it out of our geometry. Now we have one last cap in the back, this one. And I'm 99% sure that if you just mirror this from here, based on this, you shouldn't have a problem at all. I just don't want to have any trouble with this family because I want to use this family to explain lookup tables later on. So I want to build it as solid as possible. So just one more extrusion in the back plane. So create, extrusion. We set our body back plane. Okay, let's go to the back. We create a rectangle. Same story. We're experts already on this. We just come here from strong to weak. And we know that we like it a little bit smaller. From here to here. Another one. Strong to weak. Strong to weak. And we select all those dimensions. We want that to be cap offset. And let's keep it negative and see what happens. No, it was not it. So that's 0 out of 4. Anyway, just edit extrusion, and we know we just changed the sign. And the last part is aligning and locking. And now we can close this back, this right, and it's looking pretty decent, right? Let's give it a little shading. Beautiful, right? Now let's create our cylinders, right? These guys, the orange cylinders. And for that, nothing other than another extrusion. So let's start from left. Let's start with this one, then we'll do this one, and then we'll do this one. So create, extrusion. We want to set our plane, and our plane is going to be cap left. Then let's go to a left view. Then we want a circle. And I'm not going to center it here. You know, I always, if you have watched my videos before, I like doing something like off on purpose, and then make sure that my center mark is visible so that I can align to this one and lock it, and then align to this one and lock it. And we want to dimension this. This is going to be a diameter, right? And then let's look for that diameter here. We're doing it's a little bit more than diameter A, right? But let's just keep it diameter A for now because I don't see the actual dimension anywhere and I'm a little tired. So let's just keep it diameter A and that distance is 47.5. So let's associate it with the diameter first. So that's going to be A diameter. And we can give it a number here. Diameter A, what did we say was? Forgot. 47.5. So that's 47.5 millimeters, which is equal to almost 2 inches. There you go. And then what do we want the extrusion length to be? I would say about the same distance of the diameter, but it doesn't matter, you know, because we're gonna end up locking it to this plane. So let's just give it any number. That's fine. Actually, whatever. Let's just keep it ½ inch. It doesn't matter. And notice that here's where my extrusion is starting, right? So we need to be mindful of which direction this is going. So last time we used a positive number and it went inwards. So I'm expecting this one to go outwards. So let's see. Yeah, there you go. And now we want to align to this one and lock it. Perfect. Now let's do this one here, right? For that, we can close the left. We can open the front view. And now we do create, extrusion, set our plane. Our plane's going to be cap front. Click OK. And now we're going to do our circle wherever I want. Notice that this is a good monitor to see in which plane you're starting your extrusion, right? So we're OK. Now we click on it. We make sure our center mark is visible. And now we align to this plane, unlock it, to this plane, unlock it. Now we give it a dimension, diameter. Then we assign our A diameter parameter to it. And then as far as the extrusion, I don't remember what happened, so let's just click OK. It went outward, that's good. And now align to this plane, this one, and lock it. Now let's do this one here. So we can close that. We can now go create. Before that, I'm going to open my right view. And then don't get confused. What you're looking at behind is the left, right? You're looking at this one here. All right, but we want to create this one. So create, extrusion. We want a circle wherever I want. Click on it. Center mark visible. Align to this one and lock it. And to this one and lock it. And then we want a dimension, diameter. We want to associate our diameter parameter. Perfect. And then let's keep it negative, whatever, we'll find out. And it seems like we used the wrong plane. Let's edit our extrusion. Let's see what happened here. Edit extrusion. Let's see. Yeah, see, we had center, left, right. That's not what we want. What we want is body right. That's the one we want. So, okay, there you go. And now we finish. It went inwards. That's not what we want. So we go edit extrusion. We want ½ inch positive. It seems like we're still in the wrong plane. We don't want, yeah, I'm a little bit tired. I think, yeah, that's not body right. It's cap right. That's what we want because this is the body right plane and we want it to start here at the cap right plane. So cap right, that's better. There you go. And now we align to this plane, this one, and lock it. And now let's take a look. It's looking good. Now we just need our 3 flanges and our handle. So let me save just in case because we've worked for a while already. There we go. Let's call it 3-way drain valve.